Hi guys, so this is my analysis update on GU guys. Before we do today's analysis, let's do a quick recap on GU. So what are we expecting on GU? First of all, I was predicting GU to push to the downside or the upside based on how the markets react around this trend line right here, right? I said that if you still see more brick rejection around this area right here, there's a possibility that we might continue to push to the downside. And I said if we push to the downside, certainly this is my first target and this is my second target. But as you can see that the market went the opposite way. And I said if we continue to push to the upside, then certainly my TP area will be around this level right here, which is 1.26816. And my reason was because of that is where our next trend line is. I said there's a possibility that we might get to this trend line, then we might start rejecting to the downside, or it might break this trend line and start rejecting to the upside. But as you can see that we actually push up, hit our first TP right here, and I was not expecting it to at least tank higher, but we can see broke this trend line, came back to retest this trend line and continue to push to the upside. So now I'm just going to delete GU and let's reanalyze GU based on the current price markets we have on GU. So let's see, it's this, it's become invalid as well. Just like I like to do top-down analysis. Let's go to my weekly time frame and see. So we can see that the market is currently around this trend line right here. We can see that we are currently around this trend line right here, which means there's a possibility for it tanking to the downside based on how this candlestick will react and closes. So if you see that, we can see a first touch here, second touch here. We are currently on the third touch right here, so there's a possibility for a tank to push to the downside. That's a possibility I'm seeing. So we have to be patient on that to see how this candlestick will close. If the candlestick close with like a weak rejection and did not close above this trend line, there is a possibility of it actually continuing to tank to the downside. But if we see this candlestick closes above and we see momentum of buy, then certainly there's a possibility that our next buy target will be our trend line right here. So let's go to much smaller time frame and see how the market is going. You can see that we are currently still on a downtrend, to be honest. So if you see like this impulse is sort of like a correction, we might continue to see a continuation to the downside. So if I use my mini fib from point A head to point B, we might still push up a little bit to hit my let's change the color. Let's see, point A head to point B. So there's a possibility that we might still push up a little bit to at least hit my negative 27% favor level. We can see that it hasn't hit there yet, so that's a possibility. So we can also see that we are still on a downtrend, to be honest, because we can see that we have this trend line right here. So it's something you can see it's like an impulse, a correction to retest that trend line before pushing to the downside. Let's see, go to my 4-hour time frame. Just like we are seeing right here, right? We saw that we have this trend line passing here. There was this break of trend line, right? Came here to retest, push down. Currently we are still hitting that trend line. We're still currently hitting that trend line, to be honest. So there's still a possibility, like I said, that it might actually tank up to hit my 27% fib level before tanking to the downside. That's certainly a possibility I am saying on GU guys. But we can also draw a mini, I don't like how flat that is. So we can also even see that we are currently on a tight place right here, because we can see that we did not close above this trend line, right? So we actually went up a little bit, right? Week out and it hasn't touched above this trend line right here. But we know that if you've been watching how GU price action is, majority of the time when you want to revert, it mostly mostly shows the M or W pattern. So that's like a significant pattern I see on GU most of the time. So even if you're going to continue to push to the downside, there's still a possibility, like I said, for it to tank to the upside right here. It's my negative 27% fib level. Give us that M pattern right here, W pattern. I'm sorry, the M pattern, which you know as a reversal pattern, before tanking to the downside. So there's still a possibility for it to push to the upside, just like I said. Let's go to more smaller time frame and see. And we can see that we still have momentum of buy here. We can see that based on this time frame, we had this momentum of buy. So I still predict at least pushing to the upside, to be honest. Let's see if this can, let's see if I can draw, you know, at least 2 touch makes a trend line. This is valid. Let's see. Let's see if I can do 1 2 here. That is valid as well. Let's go to my 1 hour time frame. Okay, I see this one here. This is definitely valid as well. So just because, like I said, I'm still seeing that momentum of buy, we can see this engulfing candle right here. So there's still a possibility for it to push. Let's see my 45-minute time frame and see. To push to the upside. To possibly give us like an M pattern. So I see some sort of something like this push down here to round around this area right here to give us a possible touch of the trend line. Then we might push to the upside, give us some M pattern, then we might push to the downside. I see that. So I'm just gonna draw my scenario right here. Let's change the color. Let's put the price, which is perfect. So I'm still predicting some sort of a move like that, right? And if you see a momentum of it pushing to the downside, then certainly this would be a target for me for down move. Let's see, which is here. Let's see, 4 be a target right here. So if you still see more momentum of sell, just like I mentioned from here, if you see momentum of sell, then certainly I'm looking forward to that as my target. So right now, that is what I am looking forward on GU, guys. We have to take it one step at a time. Anything can happen, to be honest. Like I said, most of the time, if GU wants to reverse, it just give us that M pattern before it reverses, or the W pattern. So I still predict some sort of like a push, just like I mentioned. Then that will determine our next move. And if you still see a momentum of sell, by breaking this trend line right here, if I zoom out a little bit, we can see, if I see like a candlestick break above below this trend line right here, then there's a possibility that the sell are still in the market. Then if so, this certainly is like our next target for the sell to see our next move. So how the market will react around this area will determine if you're still going to continue to push to the upside, or it's going to break this trend line again, retest, and possibly go to the next trend line. So that is my quick thought on GU, guys. Let's be patient to gather more information on GU for us to know our next step. And I'll see you in my next analysis, guys. Thank you for watching. Please, if you enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, share, and I'll see you in my next analysis, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.